An elven warrior trapped on modern-day Earth. Two friends with different destinies meet at a magical school. These are some of the stories we at Electric Lips Comics are working on. You can get your copies of both The Mana Chronicles and Tales of Itherel at elpmerch.com. Support independent creators. Explore the merch featuring exciting ELP Comics art with a wide range of designs. Electric Lips Comics. Imagination electrified.
Alaskan term. Alaskan horse refers to the huge mosquitoes. Alaska's word of the day. Muti, salt.
Never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. Every experience, whether good or bad, holds a lesson. In every challenge, there's growth. Every failure offers wisdom. Life is constantly evolving, and so should we. The moment we think we know it all, we close the door to possibility. Stay curious, stay open, and remember that every day is an opportunity to become a little wiser, a little stronger, and a little better than before.
Well, welcome, oil runners. We have a treat today. So we actually had Austin Galante on here the other day, and this is actually from his friend, Charlie Mack. Not Bernie Mac, but Charlie Mack, another comedian that is on the rise. So his biography, we're going to put it up there for you, and I'll read it out. Since it's so small, it says Charlie Mack is a rising star in the comedy scene, known for his sharp wit and infectious energy. Currently touring with Omar Gooding, he has also featured for the legendary Eddie Griffin and performed at iconic venues like the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store, and the Apollo. Charlie's ability to transform everyday chaos into laugh out loud stories sets him apart as he explores the absurdities of adulting and modern relationships with relatable humor. He is on all the socials, it looks like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all kinds of things. So we're just going to add him to the stage and we are just going to have a cool chat. Remember, not Bernie Mac, but Charlie Mack. Okay. Like so. Welcome, Charlie.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming on. So, the Apollo, that one's hard to get into.
Not as I don't know. I just been blessed ever since I started doing comedy. It's like I'm King of Leonidas because everything I touch turned to gold. So out of all the stuff that I've done in my life, comedy came so natural. Everything came easily without a lot of force. So that's how I know
Okay.
it's my calling.
Yeah, I mean, so how long have you been in the business?
Only about 5 years.
That's oh, wow, that takes a lot of people. It takes for many, many years to get into that. That's
Hmm.
hardcore.
Yeah, it just came. Everything fell in my lap.
So how did it start?
I wanted to be a rapper. That's what I wanted.
As
And
everybody does.
yeah, I know, right? I had more bars than a soap aisle. I mean, I was good,
Okay.
but it didn't go the way I planned. But everyone told me like, you should do comedy. You should do comedy, and I fought it for so long. I can't write jokes. I say I'm only funny conversationally. And
Hmm.
then I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just try. So in 2020 or 2019, I did a comedy competition in Arizona, and it was like 12 comedians on there. I won. They told me to
Okay.
come back the following Friday because this was Sunday. He said come back Friday and compete again. It was like 20 some comedians there, and I won that too. So I was like, oh, maybe this is what I need to be doing, and I've
Right.
been hitting the ground running ever since.
So you just do it off the bat. You don't write nothing. It's just like,
No, no, I write,
oh, okay.
but I write different. I don't force the writing.
Okay.
I write like if we're having a conversation and I'm like, oh, that's funny. Let me write it down.
Right.
I'll write it down and then I go back and I format it into a story.
Okay. All right. Shoot, maybe you need to get one of those pens like I have, like where you can record, like write and record, and it'll just when you're. It's really cool. Like
Oh, okay. Oh,
very
fancy.
helpful. Yeah, like it'll stop you right there. Like it'll pick up where you left off in the writing. There's special notebooks for it, but it's worth the money. Uh,
Wait, it records what you write.
like when you're in something, because I have a almost a memory. I have a memory problem, right,
Mhm.
from birth, and so my college actually suggested these pens, and what it does is it records. Like I can record the lecture or whoever wherever I'm at, and then, it'll stay on the pen, and then I don't have to sit there and try to memorize everything or whatever. I can literally take the pen and I hear the whole lecture on the pen, and
Oh,
there's
wow.
notebooks, certain types of notebooks, and it'll write on them, it'll pick up where you left off, um, and everything.
I,
So it's kinda cool. It's worth
that's-
it.
I like it. I actually got a pen like that for Chris. Well, not like that. It's a pen and special notebook. You
Uh,
you write on the paper. It's like 20 sheets, and the pen looks like a regular pen and everything. You write on the notebook, and then it automatically uploads everything you written to the cloud, and then you can wipe it off.
oh, that's what's up. Huh.
Yeah,
That I'll have to look into that too.
yeah, it's dope.
Shoot. Yeah. Um, so did you ever end up getting into the rap industry?
I had a nice little buzz when I lived in Atlanta. I had a couple songs on radio rotation. It just it took a lot. It was a lot of effort. I'm performing 5, 6 days a week. It was like it was more trouble than what it was worth.
Okay.
So, and then like every time I moved, I had to start over. With comedy, it's not like that. I can move a million times, and I'm already nationwide.
Okay. So where's your next show at?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, good old Arizona.
I go to Arizona so much. It's like I live there. But
So
'cause, that's why I started comedy though.
yeah, so where do you live now? Like,
Austin, Texas.
okay. Well, my
But
son's
I'm
in
from
Texas.
Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Yeah, my son's in Texas and he graduated Navy in Illinois. So
Oh,
usually, oh boy. Yeah.
he moves to Arizona, then it'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be like listen, but yeah. Okay. So, I know you were in that new movie from Austin's movie.
Yeah, Sanguine Teeth on the Driftless Road. Amazing
So,
movie.
yes, okay, so tell me your point of view. I got Austin's point of view. So now the actor's point of view of how that went.
It was my biggest role ever. It was one of my first lead roles, and when I tell you I had the best time, it was amazing. Austin worked us like 18-hour day. Like we was working all day. And it didn't seem like it. It was like it was ready to go to sleep already. It was so fun. He's a great director, amazing writer, and it was a pleasure. And I definitely can't wait to do the next one.
Okay. So what was your role?
I
Without
played, huh?
without telling, I mean, like waiting for the surprise for
I,
everybody to watch it. But
I,
what was your
I played a vampire named Ricky Pete.
Ricky Pete? That's an
Yeah,
interesting name for a vampire.
yeah. I don't know why he chose the name. I just say, okay, that's me. I'm gonna be Ricky Pete.
So were you like a nice, or I mean, I know all vampires are mean, but I know this is a comedy too. So like, what was his personality like?
My personality was first off, I was it was a mixture. Like I was sarcastic, very sarcastic. I was a little not the brightest, but not the slowest either. Like I was in the middle. So some
Okay.
moments were profound, and some moment was like, wait, what did I just say? So
The profound is like coming out of nowhere. Everybody's like, "Wait, where the heck did that come from?"
right,
Like, hold up, you get one good one a year. Like,
that's it.
yeah, like, that's one. Like, shoot. So, um, yeah, okay. And that movie comes out when? June 7th, wasn't it?
Yeah, June 7th. We're gonna film it in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or somewhere in Wisconsin.
All right, all right. You ready for it to come out? And
Oh yeah, I'm excited about it. I got everybody because I lived in Wisconsin too.
oh, nice.
Yeah, I lived in like 16, 17 states.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I've always, even though I'm from Chicago, it's like I've always been searching for a home, and then
Have you
I
found
had
it?
a home was always within me.
Okay.
So
Like
wherever
if
I
you
laid my head was my home.
yeah. I see you
Yeah,
got those. So you gotta be in the millennial Gen X age, huh?
yeah. I'm 39.
You're younger than me? Wow. Like,
Uh,
okay, I'll let that one slide. Okay.
not by much. Only about like 2 years maybe.
Nah, I'm only 40.
Oh well, I'm about a year.
I'll be 41 in November, so
Oh, you a Scorpio?
yep.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I'll
No.
be I'll be 40 in January. I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, so you just had a birthday, just turned 39. Okay. Well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Uh,
Happy belated birthday to you too, because it's only what 2 months before yours, or after yours.
after.
Yeah, after, but still
So you're
before.
80. So what, you're 85? 85?
86.
86. Yeah, I'm 84. So
So
yeah,
you're 1 year and 2 months older.
yeah, yep. So we got some time between us.
Mm.
So what was it like? I mean, do you miss our era back in the day versus nowadays?
Um, yeah. I mean, it has its pros and its cons. Like AI and technology all around is just amazing. Cause I remember the TV had a
Yep.
you
And we
you
were
want to
able
hook
to
up to you want to hook up to Sega or the Nintendo, you had to turn on channel 3.
yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
other stuff I don't like. This I just feel like the world is just became more lost due to technology. So technology has its pros and its cons. A lot of people don't even know how to look past their phone.
that's true. That's
But
true.
technology is one of the big reasons why my career has taken off. Because I'm able to record a video and people in Australia can watch me.
Yeah. It is definitely different. Like that. Okay, so like TikTok, for an example. You never know. Uh, it's just learning that search engine stuff or whatever. It's kind of
SEO.
yeah, the SEOs is kind of confusing. Still working on that. But coming from the generation where I had both sides with the no phone and then the phone came out
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I kind of was on both of the angles there. I mean, it's just amazing that we get to meet people from different parts of the world. That it's just not it's a bigger playground, you know?
Yeah.
It's just so it's very interesting, you know?
I I think it's easier to become a quote unquote celebrity now. Then, yeah, because like when I was rapping, when I started, like you had to find the studio. It was hard to find it. And then once you did find it, you really had to be outside selling it. Now you gotta do is press a couple, record at your house on your phone,
Yep.
a couple buttons, and a million of people can see it and hear it.
Go on TikTok. Like that's like the easiest way to get through. If you can make it through TikTok, you are it.
Right,
Like,
for
you
real.
know, like if you think, yeah, yeah, with those mixed having the demo tapes and all
Yeah.
that, like, and then like the commercials too. Now it's I wouldn't say it's kind of hard to describe. I would say like normal regular people, like you're
Mhm.
getting the what do you call it? The brand deals or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Can't think of the name of it right now. But just making a commercial for a lipstick or whatever, it's just regular people like you and me.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of somebody going out to go find these people to actually audition. And I know they're still doing it, but it's like more effective when a person who is on the social media and be like, "Oh, they're really real. Like, look, I
Right.
can I can do that too, and I can actually contact the person. What did you do to get this?" Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like,
Instead
it's
of going for some $1 million company who you don't know who's behind it.
yeah, exactly, and, I'm just very, very shocked on all this stuff. There's so much to it, and a lot of it can be damaging
Right. Yeah.
in different ways, but we just have to learn how to use it properly versus and more misinformation or and all that stuff that's easier to do. I miss encyclopedias,
Oh yeah.
honestly.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those. Even heard the word in years,
Yeah,
decades.
yeah, and regular maps, and I remember doing the, GPS thing, having that MapQuest or whatever, you tape the thing on your
Printed it
steering
out.
wheel. It's like, "Oh, I don't even know how we did it back in" you know what I mean? Like, made it through, but yeah.
Right. 'Cause I used to travel all across the country with directions printed out, and I can't imagine doing that now.
Yeah, yeah, it's just amazing, and yeah, I just can't believe it.
Yeah. It's also like the world has gotten real hurt. Like people get hurt nowadays because, for one, like your soul, your spirit can get hurt. If you
Right,
get beat up back in the day, the only person who seen it was you and people around you.
yep,
Now you get beat up, the world sees it.
in an
And
instant before you
yeah,
even seen it.
yeah.
Like,
So if anything that's embarrassing or anything happens, people, because like a lot of people, stuff happens over their ego is hurt. Their pride is burned down,
uh-huh,
and they make them act a certain way because the whole world knows. So
yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like that aspect of it. It destroys lives and it embarrasses people sometimes. So it's pros and cons with technology.
yeah, one thing I realized, it was a car accident here not too long ago, and this lady, it just reminded me very quickly because I was going into a PTSD mode. I wasn't mad or anything, it was just my body, if somebody's in front of my face, I just don't do that, you know what I mean? Like, please don't do that. It's not a good idea. And of course, I have social media, whatever the presence of things, and you don't know who's recording you, and
Hmm.
you have to like. I mean, I could have like easily gone into a flipping mode or whatever, but then I was like, oh snap! Like, I don't know if 5 cars behind is recording this whole
Right.
situation or whatever, and that can just literally ruin a whole you're at your job, you're at like, "What?" Like, you didn't even know.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with what you say, how you do, pretty much act like a king and a queen, you know what I mean? You gotta be all proper, like, "Hold up, somebody's watching."
Facts.
And that's what these kids don't understand these days. You can really ruin your life before you even start it. Like,
Hmm.
it's amazing. Sheesh, like, so wow, yeah. So what is your comedy about? Like, it's just everyday life?
Yeah. Since I don't sit there and write, I really don't make stuff up. I may exaggerate, but nothing's completely made up. There's always a basis of truth in every joke that I tell. So it's all about me, and it's in regular conversation. I told you some we talk and we have a regular conversation, and oh, that's funny. I said, let me write that down. It's based off something that's happened, or something that I've seen, or something that I heard, something that I experienced in any shape, form, or fashion. So, and I'm just telling people ordinary stuff, but from my perspective.
Okay.
And everyone had a different perspective. That's why everyone had a different reality, because your perspective is your reality.
Yeah. I definitely learned that not in a hard way, but I used to work for the extended care and having like the dementia people, we couldn't go into like that was their perspective. We couldn't fight that reality. We
Right.
just had to go with it, you know. And it's kind of like the same thing what you're saying. Um, yeah, so I did see. Are you gonna do more like? Would you do plays and stuff like that with with your comedy? Like going in more into with that?
I've done a play. My first play was like 2 years ago, called "Women Should Come with a Manual," and yeah, it was a nice play. It was the first one. I would want to do more, and I've actually written a play called "Not Another Love Story," but it's just sitting on the back burner. I haven't touched it.
Maybe you need to bring that back out.
I know, right? Maybe for real.
Yeah, I
And I
mean,
have a movie called the same thing based off the play. It's just sitting there.
yeah, they all need to come out. Like it's time.
Yeah, I know. I got books and everything, books that people don't know nothing about. I've written 10 children's books, 3 children's books for adults. I've also written like 8 or 10 real books. Some of them you can find on Amazon. Just type in "funny Charlie Mack" or just Charlie Mack. I forgot how I worded it. Some of them they just sitting collecting dust.
So, what are their titles so people can know what they're looking for?
Um, One is called one of the adult books is I did one called Rapid Transformation for weight loss since I lost 160 pounds. So
Hey,
that's it's a book on there. I got Starlight. I got it is literally so many that I cannot. If you find one, oh, and I have a Little Gia series. That's based on my daughter, Little Gia. Her name's Gianna.
uh-huh.
So it's Little Gia, which is 10 books, and it's like Little Gia goes to the library, Little Gia goes to school, Little Gia goes to the circus. So you find me on there once, everything's connected to that same name.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's all on Amazon only.
Yeah, but my kid books for adults is on my website because I sell those at shows, and that is
Okay.
called "Lay Your Bleep Down and Shut the Bleep Up."
Okay.
It's for
I'm,
adults.
I'm assuming that because the show is not supposed to have swear words, so the bleep has an actual word, huh? Okay.
Exactly.
So y'all just don't be special. The bleep actually just figure out the word.
Right.
Like,
Or you look, lay your butt down and go the heck to sleep. There you go.
the black version.
Yeah. And then I got man, forget them kids. But forget is another F word, not that one.
Okay.
So those are the books for adults. There's comedy books.
Okay. Well, I'll have to look for them and get an autograph.
Yep, I
Just
definitely got you. You can go to
uh,
this website right here.
yep. Yep. I definitely want to see what Gianna was all about, you know.
Hmm.
He's
Oh yeah, cause I wrote the book like I wrote a half sleep.
mhm.
I was laying in my bed and my daughter was standing in her crib like 3 o'clock in the morning. She was like one, just standing up, looking at me, screaming and crying. And I'm like, lay your butt down and go the heck to sleep. I just said it in my head. I didn't say it out loud. But like, what? Like, what do you want?
We all been there.
Like, you're like for real. Like you've been changed. You've been fed.
Yeah. Yep. We've all been there. They were
Hmm.
just wide awake. Mm,
Right.
yep. Yeah, my son did the same thing. All he didn't cry until we had a car accident like 5 months. So I got blessed with that whole best baby in the world kind of thing. And every 4 hours, it was just clockwork. My first kid, and all I hear, right, and he was like, "Great, this is nice." So I go in the room, and he has poop everywhere, like
Oh,
standing at the crib. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Oh, all right.
yeah. Yeah,
I miss those days. Now he's gonna be 20, so like,
I do not miss you. My daughter is so smart that I give her the benefit of a doubt that she's not 3. You know what I mean? Like
oh
I
yeah.
let her go to because she's fully potty trained now.
Oh, good.
And yeah, man, I potty trained her in like a week. I was not playing. Pampers are expensive, and
Thank
comedians
you.
don't make a lot.
They weren't cheap back then either. So
Right. So now I try to let her go to the bathroom by herself, but she always throws stuff in the toilet. Like 2 days ago, we had to take the toilet up off of the ground because she threw her Minion toys and down there to stop the toilet. And then we seen toothbrushes and everything out in there.
oh no. So
Yeah.
what'd you do? Show her that one show that could go down the hole. Remember that?
Nuh-uh. I didn't
You
show
don't
her
remember that? I'll have to send you the link to that. I know everybody knows what that one is. It's
that.
it's it's when the oh god, what were they called? The when like not Porky Pig, the other ones. Uh the It'll come to me. It's a cartoon from way back in the day, and I guess it's still not the Muppets, but it was not the is it Looney Tunes?
The Animaniacs.
No, but it was close. Um, gosh. Oh, it'll come to me. Uh, I can't.
Can you
It'll
describe the
They
characters?
said bunnies and the duck. The duck was he was a little green duck, and he was a baby, but uh,
Oh, they
like
sound like
Babs and um, God, I can't think of it. Y'all, what is it? I can't think of it. Gosh, but it was a good show. I'll find it, and you'll see, and you'll I'll send it to you. Just
you
don't
said
show
it was 2 bunnies and a little green duck.
Yeah, and there was a little they went to, like, a daycare and all this they were still babies,
Yes, I know what you was talking about.
um,
You sure it wasn't Tiny Toons?
Tiny it was
Was it?
in that yeah, I think it was Tiny Toons. And, yeah, he ended up having to be potty trained, and they kept on trying to potty train the duck, and he just put everything down the toilet, and all he said was, "Whatever it was, it goes down the hole," and he's like and he flushes it, and it floods a whole house. I was like, "You got it, that was the best episode in the world." Oh, man, yeah, no, uh, yeah, that mm-mm. I, so did you put those in the books with
I did
Gianna?
not. But I need to write a book about that now.
Absolutely, because I'm gonna wonder what else she put down that hole. Like,
I'm gonna write a children's book like called "Nothing Can Go Down the Hole." I'm tired of that.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yup.
that's
Yeah, my other little one, my brother decided, um, well, the little one, he was being potty trained, and it, it was mainly he knew all the words, but my family was they all said the S word too, and so when it came down to my brother came through out of the military, he was like, "This phone is a piece of blah," and so my my son decided to take the phone and put it in the toilet. Yeah.
oh wow.
I said, he put two and two together with the word. I was like, smart, but that's not where it goes. But
Yeah. See, we give kids ideas sometimes. Like we tell them, "Hey, do not put this in the toilet."
right,
All they hear is "do put this in the toilet."
right, right.
That's
They
what I know
forgot.
my daughter does.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really do miss those days. I'm at grandma stage now, but I still, you know, like I'm not a grandma yet, thank God, because my son needs to, learn how to live on his own before he takes care of a family. and he's very
Hmm.
good at that. So he's military, but so it's just I'm just waiting for my little grandbaby to come through, and yeah. So when we were talking earlier, Alaska, you really want to come up to Alaska and do a
I do. I'm gonna do a show.
okay. Did you check into that Matanuska?
No, because I was invited to a little get together right after. I went on the site, but I just didn't see nothing for. I seen the guy's email, the CEO.
Yeah.
But I'd seen like jobs and careers, and I didn't see what I was looking for. So I was like, okay, I just emailed the CEO, but I didn't do it yet. I wanted to make sure I had my pitch and everything together.
Okay. Yeah. If you need help, I mean, I'm like right, it's down the road from me, so I can find out the information. I just know like a lot of the stars came to that place of that kind of venue that you were looking for.
Hmm.
And because out here it's a little different than out in the state or out in the lower 48. Uh, so yeah, I can get the numbers or whatever, and I think it's just like a bar, kind of a bar kind
Hmm.
of thing. But the Stars have been playing there, and so I was like, oh, okay, well maybe that's the one. Or if you get, I don't know how much it costs, but Alaska State Fair is a big venue as well.
Hmm.
So if you get out there, um, I can see if I can. And that's in August.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's the last big event, that we have before the winter and before places close down for the winter.
All right.
Yeah, so the state fair. Then I know there's clubs out here, but it's mainly it's I don't know. I think Matanuska would be your best bet on
Okay.
that kind of a thing, especially with stars actually being there and it's already known. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I will still look into it and see what happens on that end out here in Alaska.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So are you married or you just have like the daughter or like how is that?
Oh,
How
I
is
just have kids all over the country.
you
No, I'm just kidding. I am single. I have one daughter. That's it. I'm single. And me and her mother shares custody.
Oh
So
good.
whenever I'm here, she's here with me. Or whenever I'm on the road, she's with her mother.
Okay. And yeah, as long as she's got good parents that are working together.
Hmm.
I mean, there's no way it can be good parents from different homes, you know. Um yeah. Um and do you have any brothers, sisters, or anything like that? Like,
Yeah, I have two little sisters.
oh, you're the
And
oldest?
yeah,
Oh,
oldest and only boy. And
yeah.
everyone lives in St. Louis. Just me and my father lives here.
Oh, okay. All right. What about your mom?
She lives in St. Louis with my sisters. So all the girls in St. Louis and all the men here.
How'd you manage that one?
I was lucky, I guess. But I travel a lot, so I'm always on the move, and this is just where I'm at now. I was thinking about moving to Thailand, though. I'm not sure. Thailand, Japan, Ghana. The world's a huge place, so wherever I want to go.
So what caught your eye with those places to want to move there?
Ghana, Africa, of course. They doing dual citizenship as well. Japan and well, all three of the countries they're very cheap. And if I make money via the US dollar
Hmm.
and live over there, I can save a lot more, then come back and do what I want to do. I want to buy a bunch of land and build a family compound. Just so I'm not gonna live there. My family can live there. I can't live around all of them. But there you guys go.
Okay. So pretty much
I'm
you're
big
working.
on family. Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean those are the Ghana. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if I would do the Thai. I love them all. I just, yeah, I think more I would probably choose that Ghana.
Ghana, yeah.
Yeah.
Ghana's definitely cool. That dual citizenship is something else. Thailand, you can only stay over there for a certain amount of time and with a certain visa.
Yeah.
I just got back in the house. Went to a little, it was a house party comedy show. So
Okay.
I just went and watched. And it was fun. They treated me like a celebrity. I love when they do that.
Nice. That VIP, old
That's
school
why
or very new school?
I don't go to clubs unless I'm in VIP, and I'm not paying for it either. The owners got to pay for everything.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, hanging with celebrities taught me how to be a celebrity.
Right? Like it's different, right?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Like when I first I got yelled at when I did my first show with celebrity because I paid for my own stuff. Like, don't you
Oh.
ever pay for your own stuff? And then like this happened within a 2 months span when I first got on tour. The
Mhm.
second spot, the club owner made me share a room with another guy, and when the celebrity found out, he was mad. He was like, "Ain't no way you need to share a room. You the whole headliner out here. You a grown man. You ain't sharing a room." So he made a club owner give me another room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally different. So with like the VIP status, like back in the day, there was a certain stuff you would get like in the club and whatnot. Is it different nowadays? I haven't been in that scene in a hot minute, so like I
Well,
just know
you still
back
get
in the day.
bottle service. You know what I mean? You get the section, the bottle. A lot of times the women come over with the bottle, like it's making a big scene, making a big thing in front of
Mhm.
everybody. And then you just sit up there looking like you better than everybody else, while everybody else just standing around, ain't nowhere to sit for them. So
Right. So it's still the same pretty much.
it
Like, okay.
is. But I'm not a
Okay.
big like I'm really a homebody. And what a lot of people don't understand is that because I'm on the road a lot.
Hmm.
So they come back, I come home, and they think like I just had a vacation. I didn't. I was working the whole time. I don't. I wasn't going for personal. This is all business. So when I come home, it's like going there just like a 9 to 5.
Right.
I'm working. I'm just you on the outside looking in, so you don't understand. You see
Right.
me. You see the glamour, the lights. The think I'm living the life. No, this is work.
Yeah,
So when I come home, I'm
absolutely.
tired.
Yeah, because you got to deal with everybody's BS. You got to deal
Hmm.
with all the, moving around 24/7. You got to be awake 24/7. You got to
Hmm.
sign in all
Yeah.
these papers and, trying
Well,
to figure out this thing and that thing. And
right.
yeah, yeah,
Interviews. Then you got to go from location. Sometimes you're doing 5 shows in 2, 3 days. It's just a lot. And then I'm big on energy, so you picking up a lot of energy when you're out there. Like I get a feel for people's energy, and when you're on stage, it's like I do a energy exchange. Because a
yeah,
lot of people, they everybody suffers from something. There's some
right.
type of depression. There's something that they're worried about at some point. So when I'm on that stage, I like to have them forget about that, even if it's just for a moment. So I take the bad energy and I give it the good energy. Sort of like a blood transfusion, but with energy.
Right. Yeah. So you're doing more positive for the people.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I think everyone needs to give, and I'm here to be service to mankind. My service is just by telling jokes and making people smile.
Right. That's good. I mean, a lot of people need that.
Yeah, especially in
Nowadays
these
it's
times.
like fighting, over
I don't
stupid
like
stuff.
watching, fights and all that stuff on internet. I don't.
Yeah. I'd rather watch the kittens and the puppies. Like I got into that like the show oh gosh, I just seen it. Love on the Spectrum.
I
You know,
heard of that.
we need more of that kind of stuff. It's a very wholesome show,
Yeah.
and it really teaches everybody like how to really deal with your boundaries and and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, huh, we don't need to get back to that. Like, just simple, purified, straight to the point stuff or whatever, and we just love each other. Like that's it,
I gotta check
and
it out. I don't watch TV. I watch TV 1 hour a week.
Yeah, it's worth
Yeah.
watching and
Okay.
very informative, you know, um, because like you said, like that depression gets real,
Hmm.
and yeah, now it's horrible. It's horrifying. Actually. Um, you just don't know which way you're gonna look and what's gonna happen next. So,
Right.
and I believe that a smile can a genuine smile can break somebody's depression, start to break it up. You know, if you
Hmm.
I don't care if you're
Yeah.
home or not or whatever, smile at them like genuinely and just treat them with dignity, and you'll see a little bit of a difference, and be that
Yeah.
one person that I always had that one angry person that's always like, oh, nobody can make me do this and blah blah blah. Oh, okay, you know, whatever. I'm just make you laugh or whatever, and then end up saying, "Oh, you were like the only nicest person that I had the whole day."
See.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I want
You
to
never
do.
know what's going on in somebody's life.
Exactly.
That can make all the difference. Because they can be like, you know what? I'm tired. Nobody care about me. Nobody like me. Or the years that one act of kindness can make all the difference.
Yeah, and opening a door when you're into something, compliment
Hmm.
somebody's shirt. That's all you gotta do. Like, oh my gosh, I love your shirt, and they're like, what? Like, oh, thank you. You know what I mean? Like, you just bring them up in the spirit, and
Right.
yeah, it makes a difference. It really
It
does.
does.
Um, and I I just don't understand it nowadays. But these kids, they need to learn that and learn how to do all that and just release. Like, they got that daggone movie Frozen. It says let it go. Like, let's follow that, but um so I want to know about this right here, The Holy Hustler,
Yeah.
directed by you. So what's
Yeah.
this about?
Holy Hustler is about it's about a guy. He's a young hustler, doing whatever he got to do to make money. His name's Trey, and he answers a calling that he didn't know that he had. It's a comedy horror.
Okay.
He wears a lot of demons and stuff taking over the area, the hood, if you will, and he accidentally exorcises a kid that was possessed. Um, and it was recorded, and now he's known as like the hood exorcist, and he's all over the internet. Everyone's calling him now because he's the exercise or whatever, and it's a story pretty much about overcoming obstacles and really following your dreams and your passion, and everything's not what it seems. It's always the light at the end of the tunnel type deal.
Okay.
So he comes out being a better person than he was before.
Oh, that's
It's
what's up.
personal growth.
Through the whole journey with
Yeah.
meeting everybody and whatnot. Kind of
Hmm.
that's pretty cool. When does that one come out?
I actually just finished writing it like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. So this,
So
I'm gonna put the banner up because I did notice it was a donation banner.
yes,
Um,
we are finishing up the GoFundMe or the Kickstarter. We're trying to get as many people as possible to donate to the movie so we can really make it something big. It's an hour long, and that's just a little mock up. I'm really playing the main character, Trey Johnson, aka Trick. Um, yeah, and that's the little water gun is lemon water, is lemon zest and water and holy water, and it's exercise. It gets rid of demons. So
nice.
yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
it,
compliment the gun there. It's like,
it
oh, okay, is that really what's gonna be played, or
yeah, it's gonna be a water gun with holy water. It's a mix between Friday
Yeah.
The Exorcism, and Scary Movie.
Oh, is he coming out with bunny slippers too?
No, no bunny slippers on. Don't be a menace in South Central. I drink your juice in the
Oh, oh
hood.
man. Yeah, that would have. I mean, he could have come out with bunny ears or something.
I,
Let's go. We got this. Playing with with the kids and whatever. Like he's a kid person coming out of the daycare. Like, oh, we gotta go.
right.
So, how can you donate? Where can you?
Um. Well, there's a couple ways you can donate to my Cash App and put in the for the Holy Hustler, which is $ funny Charlie Mack, or you can just follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Funny Charlie Mack, and eventually my Kickstarter will be on there so you can see it. You do get different tiers for donations, which let me see what that is really quick. Just go to it. Um, where we go? Where's my tiers? All right. Let's see. Like start with like $10. It goes anywhere from $10 to 1,000, and it varies on what you get. You can get executive producer credit, credit, associate producer credit. You can get cameos in a film. You can get T-shirts. You can get your name on in the credits. It's like special thank yous, and it's just a bunch. It's like 7 different tiers based on what you donate.
Oh, so how do you get a cameo?
Yeah, in the
If
movie,
I donate, I get to be in the show on a cameo.
a certain amount. Yes,
Okay,
you get a role in the movie.
nice. Okay, well that's different. That's definitely different. Um,
But
that's
with
pretty cool.
movies, thank you. With movies, the big thing is like them credits. That's more than worth more than anything. Like the associate producer credit, every executive producer credit.
Huh?
It's like like that's the top. You
So,
get those under your belt, like it's crazy. A lot of people, you watch movies and it say executive producers. A lot
uh-huh.
of them really don't be producers. They can be anybody, someone who donated a lot of money. They can be someone who did a favor or something, because you really want them credits.
Right. Okay. So almost like a silent partner on that kind of thing, or, with just giving money, or is
Similar,
that
like more like an investor than a partner.
okay?
Um, but them credits can take you a long way. You
Okay.
can get roles on other movies because you was executive producer on these movies.
Oh, for real?
Hmm.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I mean, I never thought about that. Like that's actually something to think about. Um, Man, I just learned something new. Like,
Yeah.
uh, so, so we got books, we got a movie
And we're gonna shoot the whole movie in like 3 days.
for
Movies don't really take long. I used to thought they take a long time to make, but I'm doing this in 3 days, 12-hour days, because I want to. And
okay.
now I'm just securing locations. I'm still hiring actors. Well, not really hiring them. Everyone's doing it for free, until
Yeah,
we get some money in. But everyone's just showing love and showing up. So, but I really want to pay people because I hate asking people to do stuff for free because I don't
oh,
want them to ask me to do nothing for free.
right. Yeah,
But I've done I've done a lot of free stuff, especially with comedy. You really gonna do a lot of free stuff. Like
right.
I've driven 22 hours to do a show on the stage for 5 minutes for free.
Driven. That's
22
quite.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's your passion. So I guess
It's
that
not
makes.
about the money. It's my calling.
Yeah, it's totally different when it's in that realm uh of things. Um, so what's it like being with who was it? Omar? Is that Omar
Uh-huh.
Gooding? Yeah, what's it like doing all that? How's that been?
Omar is like the nicest person. Like you look at celebrities and you just think they act one way, and he's really a cool dude. He's real laid back. Like I said, he's really taught me how to be a celebrity. When I first met him, they were starting their tour called the We Out Here Comedy Tour, which is Omar Gooding and Charles Allen. And they was gonna start it an hour away from me. So I shot him a DM like, hey, can I get a guest spot on this show? And he said, send your video clip to Charles Allen. Gave him Charles Allen's email or his Instagram. So I sent it to Charles Allen, and Charles Allen just so happened to see me perform 3 months prior at a club up north from here, and they loved me. They loved me. They gave me a guest spot, so I made my own flyer, and they liked that so much that they made me the feature. And I was working my butt off, and by the time they both really sat down and watched my tape, I was the headliner of the whole tour.
Wow.
Yeah, because Omar had just started doing comedy at the time.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I was the headliner for a few months. And then Omar became the headliner because he got a lot better very fast. But now recently, Omar just gave me the headliner spot again. So I'm back the headliner of the tour.
Nice.
Hmm.
So is his brother Cuba?
Yeah, that's his big
Okay.
brother.
That's why all these years I'm like, okay, they look like it. I wasn't sure if they were brothers or not.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know who Omar is, he's if you've seen the movie Baby Boy, he plays Tyrese's best friend. He played in the movie Smart Guy, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Wild and Crazy Kids.
That was a good show, was Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
They need to bring that stuff back.
I know,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, you definitely have been blessed over that
Oh
5 years
yeah.
of all this stuff. It's
Hmm.
because it's a lot of work that people just get stuck in one spot and they can't
Yeah.
but man. And who was it? Eddie
Griffin.
Griffin, yeah. How was that one?
Well, Eddie. First off, he's always on. He makes jokes, and they funny. Sometimes they be a little hurtful, but what you gonna do is Eddie Griffin. Like
But you gotta look at the
both.
generation though. Like
Yeah.
you
Look,
gotta
Eddie told me we on our second show together, we kept accidentally wearing the same colors. I said, yeah, I said, Eddie, if you want to be me, just say that. He said, yeah, but I got to eat a couple people first.
Oh no. That was a good one.
It was. It was. Now, how I first got with Eddie, I probably shouldn't have been with Eddie, but all right, if someone who I knew from comedy, he reached out to me, say, hey, Eddie Griffin need a feature on this show, which is about 3 hours away from me, and we want you to do it. So I said, cool, I'll do it. And they gave me all the information and all that. And when I got there, I talked to the people. They said, yeah, we was gonna pick between you and the other dude, but one of the main reasons we gave it to you, because dude only been doing comedy 2 years, so we don't know if he would be able to handle that big crowd. And I said, well, I've only been doing comedy 2 years too. They thought I've been doing it so much longer.
Right, okay.
So I'm like, ooh, like everyone thinks I've been doing it 10, 15, 20 years. I'm like, no, I'm just a baby in here. I don't look at comedy as being funny. One of my mentors, his name is Big Wheezy. He actually tours and writes with Cat Williams.
Okay.
And he taught me that comedy is not about being funny. Being funny is extra. Comedy is it's a business just like anything else. So you focus on the business aspect. You're already funny, and that's what I did. I don't sit there and a lot of comedians, like they've been doing comedy a long time, but they haven't went anywhere because they sitting down waiting on somebody to give them opportunity. I didn't wait for nobody to come tell me that I was hot. I decided I was hot, and they agreed with me.
Right, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Have you ever met Gabriel Iglesias?
Uh, in passing, the show I just did about 3 weeks ago, about a
Mhm.
month ago. Was it about a month or two ago? Yeah. My show was first. Gabriel Iglesias' show was right after mine. So
Okay.
I didn't stay for his show. I say, hey, what's up? And I kept moving. but I really didn't stay and watch. I had other stuff to do.
Oh man, yeah, he's one of my favorites.
He's hilarious,
Oh my god,
fluffy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I could ever get to one of those shows, yeah, definitely.
I was a little surprised that he was performing in the same place that I was. I thought that it was a club, but I thought that he would be on a bigger because Gabriel Iglesias. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like I don't know, but you never know. The venue wasn't that big, so they couldn't have been paying that much. But who knows why they do what people do? They could
Right.
have just came out there just to do it for the love.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, I heard earlier that you lost weight.
Yeah,
Uh,
160 pounds.
that's what's up. I mean, yeah, we're on the same. I didn't lose 160 pounds. I'm like right behind you because I didn't have that much after, but that's a big thing. Um, so what was that world like being
It was an
before
accident.
accident? Let me guess, you got sick?
Kind No. Um. First off, I was hypnotized to lose weight.
Uh-huh.
But that helped with the initial. I was hypnotized by this hypnotist named Hypno Goddess out of
Okay.
Phoenix. Yeah, she's a comedian and a hypnotist. I actually I'm taking her on tours because she's funny and she's really good hypnotist. She hypnotized me, and from the hypnotism, I became vegan. I stopped eating meat, and that in turn made all the weight drop off. Like I just recently started going to the gym. All the weight came off without even lifting a dumbbell.
Well,
I went vegan, and I started intermittent fasting, and then the weight just fell off.
it makes sense. I mean, yeah, you just gotta make sure your protein stays good, though.
Hmm. I just I started doing protein because I eat a lot of plant based food that has protein. But
Yeah.
recently I started protein shakes, and the first time I did it, it was so disgusting. Cause I put the chocolate protein shake in there with water, and I drunk it nasty. But I learned you got to use milk, so I use almond milk, and I put a scoop of peanut butter in there. And when I tell you, it's the best thing ever. It tastes so good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got recipes for you if you want. Like,
I will take them.
I will definitely. I got a lot of those kind of recipes to help out with that. So, how much more left do you? How much? Yeah, how much
I want
left?
to lose another 140 pounds, and I have a 90-day plan to do that.
That's possible. You
Yeah, I
know.
lost the first initial 50 pounds was in less than a month.
Okay.
Then I got lazy a lot along the way. It was going up and down, so I
Yeah.
can really lose a lot fast without jeopardizing my health. I
Okay.
feel like you can will a lot too. Like I do believe in manifestation, and that if you really want something, you can attract it because everything's energy and frequency, and like attracts like when you vibrating on a certain frequency.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I believe you're gonna get it done. Honestly.
If I
Um.
can stay away from them burgers at Burger King,
Listen, I eat
the,
them.
the
It's okay.
Impossible Whoppers
Just
are good.
just well, I don't eat the Burger King stuff, but like I am I have yet to exercise technically. Like, um, but it's only because of the medical that I couldn't exercise. Like I literally told everybody, I said, I'm allergic to the letter E, like exercise. And everybody's like, oh no, you can't be. And I was like, yeah, I can be. And I said, exercise hurts me really bad, messes me up. What was it all these years later? Rotator cuff, all stomach all kinds of good stuff. I was like, see, I wasn't lying.
See, the thing is, when you first said that, you wasn't right.
What?
You say you was allergic to it, but you didn't have none of that problem when you first said it, right?
Oh, no, 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 I had the problems. I just if everybody, like, everybody's like, "Oh, yeah, you gotta exercise, do that whole
Uh,
muscle stuff," and I was like, "No," every time I did the whole muscle, I was like, "Isn't when I know your pain, right?" I was like, "But my pain doesn't go away. It literally doesn't, all these
mm,
years." So I said, your pain went away. Mine didn't. Yours built muscle. Mine is turning my whole thing to crap. I can't lift more than a pound, nothing like,
Shoot.
so, doctors finally was like, "Yeah, we need to get you off of the exercise. Stop exercising." I was like, "Okay." Like, I think I'm the only person that got that green card.
Right.
You know, but, yeah, it was frustrating at first when I was trying to lose that weight. It was just messy, and I got so frustrated because I ate the vegetables, I did what I had to do, did everything what everybody else did. I gained weight. Like,
Mm.
did not cheat, you know what I mean, until after because I gave it a good try. I exercised, whatever, and then people were like, "Oh, yeah, we lost all this weight." Okay. I gained your weight, I guess. I mean, it's just what it
Everybody's
is.
different. I hate when the people, like, I tell how much weight I lost. They're like, "Oh, did you do Ozempic?" I'm like, "What? No, I did the old-fashioned way."
Yeah.
Hmm.
I ended up yeah, mine, I actually had to do the surgery, though.
Hmm.
It wasn't because of the weight loss, it was because of all the other surgeries that I had to do. It had like, my body, I was not allowed to exercise or nothing like that, so all that was dangerous for me. So,
Mm.
more or less, I had to get that bariatric surgery in order for me to be healthy again, and, I wouldn't change it for the world. It's just like one of those, okay. If
Right.
you
No,
do
no,
it on your own, go for it. I'm all for that, you know what I
right.
mean?
Ain't no judgment over here. You do what you need to do.
Yeah, you learn a lot. And our stomachs are only supposed to be this small, but we eat a plate that's this big, it's your portions and
Hmm.
all that. Like, you just have to look at what you're eating and literally
Right.
put that on the, like, the can of peas or something. Yeah, eat what it says the serving size is. That's it! Like, not the whole stupid can. It's
Damn, for real. Cause
you
I
know?
am guilty of that.
Yeah, I bought nachos today. And I was just overwhelmed. I can only eat like 2 or 3 things, at a time. But the whole package of the nachos, I was like, "Well, that's for 1 person? Are you serious? It's all filled completely." I said, "I used to eat all that in 1 sitting? God, I could eat that in like 2 days." Like, this um, oh my goodness. Um, do you have any advice to kids or anything going into anything? That you do.
Don't let no one else put their fears on you. Because a lot of people will say, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do whatever. They were really saying, I can't do this, I can't do it. So don't let them put what because they're scared to do it. They're scared to take the chance. Or they might did it, they might have failed. Their story is not yours. Keep going and keep pushing and don't let no one tell you no. Because every no isn't a no. Sometimes it's a not right now, or sometimes it's a not this way. Just keep pushing and just take everything from people. Okay, you have your own route. There's more than one way. Like especially with comedy, they say, "Oh, you got to go to do this way, do this way." It take you 10 years to get a good 5 minutes. That's what it took you. That's not what it's gonna take me necessarily. Find your own path and don't let nobody scare you from it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good advice. While you were talking about that, if a kid wanted to start comedy at a young age, you start at normal people start in a bar or,
Hmm.
what I mean, in those kind of a venues. Are there any places that kids can do that's safe and able to, um, do what they practice, and get the crowds and stuff like that? Are there anything out there? Or is there anything?
Yeah, see, I've actually seen a lot of kids in open mics and bars. Their parents come with them, and of course they're not drinking or anything. But there's a lot of other venues. I know people who do clean comedy shows, and those are family friendly events. So especially if you get with them, and they'll definitely lead you into the right direction. Or you can just put your own comedy show on as a parent to one of the kids.
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes it's unsafe to be like, even if the parents are there in a bar, and
Yeah,
so
because they can't control everything that happens.
yeah, and that's an environment that a kid should never be in, honestly. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen
I
um,
agree.
with alcohol and whatnots. Um, so is it hard to get into the Apollo? Like,
Um, Apollo had shut down for a while because of COVID. It wasn't hard for me. All I did was submitted my tape. They loved me. They gave me the shot. That was it. And people do shows at the Apollo, like the Apollo Comedy Club, but I was put on directly through the Apollo, not through a third party who was doing shows there. Um, it isn't hard. All you have to do is be good. If you're good, you can pass a lot of stuff. Believe in yourself.
okay,
That's halfway there.
okay. Are you willing to maybe, like, if somebody were to contact you and to be a mentor, they really want to get into stuff, um, are you willing to open that up, or are you going to keep that closed for a while?
Um, First off, comedy is not as easy as you may think it is. And a lot of people, you're broke doing comedy. Like, I think you should find something else. But if you really want to do comedy, then my DMs are always open. I help out a lot of people. I write for a lot of people. Like, there's a lot of people out here telling jokes that are mine. I wrote these jokes, and but I don't mind helping anybody. I don't keep anything away. If you call me, hey, I'm a comedian, I want to do a show in Arizona. I can hook you up with someone who throws shows there.
Okay.
I'm not a gatekeeper. I got connects all across the country, and I don't mind sharing. Cause
Okay.
I've done stuff for people when they first started out, and they've been in a year, and they got into a place that I couldn't get into, and hey, I give you the plug for this because you helped me out back in the day.
Right.
So yeah, and a lot of people remember when you look out for them.
Absolutely.
But even though I don't really do it for that to come back, I do it because I ain't scared of you. You know what I mean? I want everybody to win. I'm not in competition with nobody. I'm in competition with me. I'm trying to be the better version of me than I was yesterday. And whatever you have is for you. That doesn't have nothing to do with me. If I give you a connect and you blow up off that, that was meant for you. That was never meant for me. But
Absolutely.
you gonna see that I did that, and you're like, oh, let me hook you up now. It's just how it works. Scratch each other back.
Yeah. I mean, you can't do things by yourself in this world. We're not here to be by ourselves. We're here to help each other grow
Hmm.
and, and to and to clap for each other, you
Yeah.
know. Um, yeah, gatekeeping is horrible. I don't understand that. Like, why? Why would we gatekeep? And to me, that's like, you just, it's like a jealousy, I
Yeah.
guess,
A lot.
you
It's
know?
scared. It's
Yeah,
fear. Lots of fear driven. They took them so long to get to a certain spot. They scared that someone with more talent is going to take it from them. Well, like I told you earlier, a candle doesn't lose its flame when it lights another candle. You
it just
light
happened.
another candle, that candle's lit, and your flame is still as strong as it was.
Right. Yeah, absolutely true. Absolutely true. And that's how we are supposed to be acting is lighting the other candle, letting it keep going and keep going. And it's almost like the Catholic Church. They got a million candles. Keep lighting. Just keep lighting, you know. And, and eh, we gotta respect each other's uh, um ability, like, no matter what, like, for instance, the autism or the ADHD or whatever we've somebody else has got. It's a gift, honestly, to have these things.
Mhm.
Use them. Like,
Right. Nothing is happening by accident. There's a reason behind everything.
yeah. And and for me, and I'm going to make I am coining this, so people, y'all don't take my thing, but I'm always saying to find your ability in your disability.
I like that.
That's going to be actually I'm looking for good t-shirt makers, or I can put the thing on shirts,
That's just
that
turning your weakness into strength.
yeah.
I
uh,
like that.
yeah,
That's
that's something I've been saying for over the years, is finding the ability in the disability, because I couldn't understand. I was like, well, um what kind of born some people are born like with cerebral palsy. Like, okay, so what's the gift there? You know what I mean? Like, and then it really got me thinking a lot. I was like, huh, everybody has something to give to this world. There is not one person on this earth that is not gifted, you know. So we just
and
gotta,
everyone has a story.
yep, we gotta find that ability and the disability and do it. So yeah. Before we get off of this session, and you are more than welcome to keep coming back anytime you want on anything. Just hit me up and let me know. You are part of the family now, obviously, and make sure if I have connections or whatever that you're looking for and all that stuff, I'll make sure that I'll get in contact with you to see if you're interested or whatever. And definitely, always welcome to Alaska, and I will give everybody the same kind of a tour, but it'll be all about, like, what you like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna send you out to the bears if you're afraid of bears. Like, I'll put
Terrified.
you at the conservation center where it's safe,
Yeah.
guaranteed animals. It's still a fun place, but you don't have to go hiking. It'll be if you wanna go fit, whatever it is. But, um, it'll be tailored to what you like, and you'll still get a good experience out of Alaska, you
I
know?
love it. Thank you.
Yeah, because not many people know how to experience Alaska properly.
Right.
It's not a place that's like everywhere else, honestly. Like, it's a slower pace, like, but we've got a downtown that looks like a downtown. We've got an ocean in our downtown.
Oh
You know what I
wow.
mean? So it's kind of like yeah, and whales come through. Like,
I have to see that. Put
yeah,
that on the list.
yeah. So it's totally, so you could, for instance, say if you're going out to a club out here, right? And
Hmm.
doing your show or whatever, downtown, they've got some clubs or what and stuff like that, but it's you don't know what you're coming outside to. There could be a moose right in front of your door, or a bear,
Really?
or a wolf, or a river otter, something you never know. Like, literally, it'd be downtown. So, like, your downtowns, they got, I don't know what you got down there, but, like, there's nothing.
Homeless people.
So we got that too.
They'll bite you.
Yeah, like, we got that too, unfortunately, but, yeah, we got the regular, pew-pewings. I'm not gonna say the word on here because it could be,
Mm.
messed up with the stupid AI mess, or the whatever, but, yeah, we've got all that. We got the police, we've got the homeless, we've got the ghetto. So the ghetto here is just puppy dogs, technically, compared to New York. I've been through that. I've been through the Harrisburg, you know what I mean, and the chick
I was wondering.
huh?
I
So
was
it's
wondering if there was ghettos up there.
yeah, I live in the ghetto. I feel more comfortable, believe it or not. I don't know why, but maybe, I just that's where I flourish. So, um, yeah, no, it's totally different. Like, yeah, we have all that, but they're puppy dogs compared to that. And when gangs come up here, gangs are kicked out.
Mm.
Uh, they literally will say, "No, we don't." Whatever your thought process is back in the States, it does not work here. It'll
Mm.
Yeah, it'll, take you a good year if you're gonna live here, to process the whole lifestyle, like, and it's not bad, it's just learning how to live. I mean, we still got our Walmarts and Costcos and all that stuff, but also we still have the fishing. We deal with the Alaska Natives. We deal with different lifestyles of
Mm.
things, and you may have, if you're going to work, you may have a moose sitting in front of your car for the whole day, and then you got to call in. You'd be like, I can't come in. And they're like, "Oh, okay, got it," because you can't mess with them, you know what I mean? So it's like, "All right, well, I guess I'm going back upstairs until they're gone," or whatever, but it's learning how to live. It's just different.
Do you have like moose attacks a lot?
Not a lot, but we do have them. Like,
Is it like sun like 6 months of the year and then darkness 6 months or something?
um, in Barrow, Alaska, um, the sun goes down, and so you don't see light really until the summer, technically. Anchorage is, our sun it's regular, technically, like
Mhm.
like the lower 48, but we don't have our mornings in the winter, like, until, like, 10 o'clock in the morning, like, between
Oh,
9 and 10, 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, that's when the sun rises, um, and then it sets about 5 in the afternoon, so you'll still have the light during the day, but, like, when you get off
oh,
of work, it's like, "Oh, well, shoot." We got Christmas lights, which is a life-saving thing. Christmas lights on different places, because if you're going through it's dark. When it's dark, it's dark. Like, you cannot see past this, like,
oh wow.
driving, yeah, so when you're going into like, I used to go into a friend's, a neighborhood, and she's in the rich people's places, but it's up in the mountain a little bit, and you drive, you can't just not think about animals, you know what I mean? Random, like, you just drive. Here, you have to, be on a swivel, okay, so who's going to randomly run out of the at the car? So you gotta, like, inch. Even 20 is too fast. 10 is too fast because you can hit a moose, you can hit a bear, I mean, you don't know what's coming out, and it's dark. So the Christmas lights actually help us see a lot better and all that stuff. And what I really love is the coffee huts out here. They're
Yeah.
little huts. Yeah, they're little huts out in the middle of different places next to the gas station or whatever, and you just go grab your little coffee, and they all down I was like, "Wow, this is pretty cool." Like, so it's definitely different, you know?
What about summers? You guys have summers or just all
Absolutely.
winters? Like yeah, hot weather or
Yeah,
no?
yeah. Um, our 90 is your 100,
No.
like, because we're closer to the sun. Of course, we get the heat, and it's beautiful. That's why I said, like, June, July are your best months. Definitely
Okay.
July. And July is when the bears are kinda happy, fat, and sassy, and you're less likely to get eaten.
Oh
So,
wow.
August as your time where the bears and the moose, it's time for them to mate and go for the next year. So they're gonna be in like rut and all that stuff. So you don't want to be near them because they are like the moose will go into a trance. It's kind of weird. But like you have to it's almost like a sleepwalk, like somebody sleepwalking and
Hmm.
they're just like slowly and like the moose will just be like, oh, and then until he gets some. Like, but but you have to, like clap and be like, "Hey, hey," like just get out of here and like just make them wake up and then they'll be like,
Right.
"Whoa, let me get out of here." But the bears, if they're in that season, yeah, you don't want to be near that. Like because the males will um they eat the babies, they'll attack the babies because they don't because if it's the mom, you'll have them fighting all kinds of it's interesting.
Oh
But
wow.
also fun to watch them, in their environment, and they have a personality. Like, they're just great. I love doing photography, so, like, being in their, environment is great, and you just have to learn their cues. With bears, you gotta give them eye contact, and that's the respect for them, and you allow them to tell you if you're allowed to be in their environment. or dog.
Oh,
You know, so I climb the mountains for the doll sheep. That's in May. Like, yeah, it's fun in the sun and whales, all that. So it's an experience to be. They have a tourist way of doing things, and I have the let me give you what we actually did tour.
all right.
It's cheaper, let me tell you. Like, you know, like $20 will get you a lot, and you can experience a lot in a day. But yeah, it's definitely something.
Okay.
Um, the people are so much they're fun. They love each other out here. Um,
I love it.
yeah, so yeah, it's definitely something to look forward to. Um, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I did a ride in March, February, March at Ferrandi's. That's actually telling you about I'll have to look in that. Because that's a good over 50,000 people.
Oh wow. Okay.
It is an event to definitely experience, at least once. But to do comedy, there's a lot of different places that you could do things in, so I have to look and see who, um, the venue for that to see where you would fit to be able to get into to do a Ferrandi event.
And I
Um,
appreciate you.
yeah, yeah, so I'll look into it all, and I just need to know what you're looking for technically and what I can tell the people like, "Hey, so I got somebody, blah, blah, blah. This is what they need, you know, in order to do the show for, you know, at your place or whatever." But yeah,
Okay.
that's yeah.
Sounds great. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you and your friends or whatever, let me know.
Okay.
Um, I'll figure a way to hook it up. So
Thank you. I appreciate that for real.
that's no problem. So is there anything that you want the people to know before we end this?
Yeah, we pretty much covered everything. I just want to tell everybody, be the best version of you that you can be. Be kind to everybody and to the planet. That's it.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And with that, folks, we are going to end this broadcast. We also know that Chanan is the Dena'ina language for thank you. So thank you for watching the show, Chanan for coming on the show. And we are going to be learning new words and all kinds of good stuff. So look up Charlie Mack. Remember, not Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac has his own specialness. Charlie Mack is up and coming. He is there. And everybody else just support, love, and keep going into your life. Like he said, and we always say, is to be the best version of yourselves that you are created to be. So keep working at your life and don't let all that negativity overpower the positive things. So find something positive within your issues. You know, find the message within the mess. So um,
I like
yeah,
that.
so yeah, we're just gonna keep it real. And if you want to be on the show, contact us at oilrunnersservices@gmail.com. You can rewind this and see the thing on the bottom and um, like, share, subscribe, do what you got to do, and we will support you as well. So if you want to be part of the family, let us know. If you got a testimony, let us know. Let us keep going and sharing sharing you with the world. So, Janan, thank you for watching.